In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis remains among the region's high-income economies, according to the World Bank. Regionally, a landmark Privy Council ruling could reshape same-sex laws across the Commonwealth, and on the international scene, Italy's southern region of Calabria is defying U.S. pressure to end its Cuban medical program. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene. In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis remains among the region's high-income economies, according to the World Bank. Regionally, a landmark Privy Council ruling could reshape same-sex laws across the Commonwealth, and on the international scene, Italy's southern region of Calabria is defying U.S. pressure to end its Cuban medical program. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 9th of July, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene, St. Christopher and Nevis has retained its status as a high-income economy in the World Bank's latest annual income classification. The federation remains in the World Bank's highest income category, alongside Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. High-income economies record a GNI of $14,375 or more. The classifications are based on 2025 gross national income per capita, measured in US dollars using the World Bank's Atlas methodology. The methodology smooths exchange rate fluctuations to reduce the impact of short-term volatility, while the income thresholds are updated each year to account for inflation. The report also notes that changes in economic growth, population growth, national accounting methods, and data revisions can affect a country's classification. Jamaica remains in the upper middle income category, while the World Bank said none of the economies assessed this year moved down an income group. And St. Christopher and Nevis will take center stage among global education leaders tomorrow at a high-level ministerial summit convened by UNESCO in Paris, France. Minister of Education and the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, will deliver a featured video presentation highlighting the nation's sustainable education model. The presentation will spotlight the cabinet-approved National ESD policy, which officially integrates climate resilience and environmental stewardship into local school curricula. Key milestones include mandatory in-service teacher training hosted on the digital EMIS platform and the expansion of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve as a learning center. The enhanced nationwide curriculum will be piloted in primary and secondary schools across the Federation this September. And a Marcus, Minnie and Melanie Foundation, established by the family of England and Manchester United star Marcus Rashford, hosted its annual Football Fun Day in St. Kitts over the weekend. Held at the Patsy Alice playing field in honor of Rashford's grandmother, Minnie, the event featured a youth football tournament which was won by Keon Football Club after a penalty shootout. Conwys Maynard, parliamentary representative for Constituency 3, attended the event and welcomed the foundation's support for young people and the wider community.
We're a small nation, the smallest independent nation in the Western Hemisphere, and a lot of our folks have, been successful in other areas of the world. And it's always important when the diaspora remember the roots where they come from, to come back and plant other seeds so that other progress could be made, other people can go up to be meaningful contributors to our society. So we look forward and we encourage the diaspora to be a part of our journey, our continued journey, because we always need the assistance given our small size, given the scale that we have in the global sphere.
The foundation also donated supplies to the Dr. William Connor Primary School. Melanie Maynard said supporting St. Kitts and Nevis remains a deeply personal commitment for her family.
Oh, it's very, very important. My mother was from St. Kitts and this is where she called home. So it's important for her children that have grown up to give back to the village where she came from.
With Marcus Rashford currently representing England at the FIFA World Cup, Melanie said their family is hopeful he can help lift football's biggest trophy.
I might not survive. No, but they're in good enough position to win it, you know, so let me wait and see and I'll be over the moon. I can't answer that. I don't know what words would be. I don't know what.
The foundation also presented Governor General Dame Marcella Liebert with a signed Marcus Rashford Barcelona shirt during the event. On Wednesday, the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council heard the final appeal in a landmark legal challenge to Trinidad and Tobago's laws criminalizing same-sex intimacy. The case, brought by activist Jason Jones, challenges sections of the country's Sexual Offences Act that criminalize buggery and certain other same-sex acts. At the center of the appeal is the Constitution's Savings Clause, a legal provision that protects certain laws that existed before independence from being overturned, even if they appear to conflict with modern constitutional rights. The Privy Council must now decide whether that protection can continue to shield colonial-era laws, a ruling that could have far-reaching implications for other Caribbean jurisdictions and as many as 11 countries in the region. The decision could also influence up to 34 Commonwealth nations that still criminalize same-sex intimacy, making it one of the most significant constitutional cases of its kind to come before the court. The Privy Council's ruling will be final, with judgment expected before the end of the year. And still in the regional news, a Jamaican pastor has become the second Jamaican deported to Eswatini under the United States expanding third country deportation policy. 64-year-old Pastor Junior Alves was among 11 people removed to the Southern African nation on Wednesday after being held by U.S. immigration authorities since January. Family members say Alves has no criminal conviction in the United States and had been living there under protection granted through a convention against torture. The deportation comes as the Trump administration expands its use of third country removals, with Estovini agreeing to accept deportees from the United States under financial arrangement. Jamaica has also signed a memorandum of understanding with Washington that will allow third country nationals removed from the United States to transit through Jamaica on their way to other destinations. And on the international scene, Italy's southern region of Calabria is refusing to end its Cuban medical program despite growing pressure from the United States. More than 200 Cuban doctors are currently working in hospitals across the region, helping to address a severe shortage of healthcare professionals that had forced some departments to close. The United States has long criticized Cuba's overseas medical missions, describing them as a source of revenue for the Cuban government, and has been pressing countries to end their participation in the program. While some Caribbean and Central American nations have ended their agreements, Calabria's governor has rejected calls to do the same, saying the region's health system depends on the Cuban doctors. Doctors working in the region said their arrival has helped reduce wait times and restore medical services in some of Calabria's most understaffed hospitals. And Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has vowed to press ahead with operations against militants after a wave of deadly attacks killed 42 people in Balochistan. Sharif made the pledge during a visit to the southwestern province, where he met with the families of victims, most of them members of the security forces. Authorities say security operations launched since Monday have killed at least 54 insurgents in response to the attacks. The deadliest assault targeted a police post at Ziyarat district, where 9 officers were killed and 18 others were abducted before later being shot dead. Sharif said the campaign against militants would continue until, in his words, the last terrorist in Pakistan is eliminated. And now for a look at the weather. Stable, dry and hazy conditions will continue across St. Kitts and Nevis over the next 24 hours. Today's high will be 33 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit, while tonight's low will be 26 degrees Celsius or 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Today will be mostly sunny and hazy. Tonight will be partly cloudy and hazy with a 10% or slight chance of showers. Winds will be east at 19 to 33 kilometers per hour or 12 to 21 miles per hour, with gusts of up to 48 kilometers per hour or 30 miles per hour. Seas will range from 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet. Small craft advisory remains in effect. Sunset today will be at around 10 minutes before 7. Sunrise tomorrow morning at approximately 15 minutes before 6. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.